Hello, my name is Penny. Welcome to this yoga session. You're not going to need a lot of props today. However, you're welcome to use blocks to make your arms longer. Have a blanket to sit on. This is just folded over. Raises your hips just a little higher than your knees, which can be really nice for your low back and for forward folds, and even a bolster. So today's session is going to be a Vinyasa flow, a slow flow for Anahata, the heart chakra. Now, the heart chakra is the fourth chakra in the 7-chakra system. And the heart chakra, the color is green. The sound is yam. And one of the mudras you can do is the lotus, which is a really nice mudra that you're just going to hold your pinky finger and your thumb finger together. So let's go ahead and start with that. Close your eyes and stack your spine. I'm sitting up on this blanket, which makes it easier to stack my spine. Pull your abdominals in and in the cross-legged position, which is called Sukhasana. So close your eyes and focus on this lotus mudra that's in your hand. So Anahata, the name in Sanskrit, means unstruck. That is the heart chakra. It is unstruck. It just keeps going. So close your eyes. Imagine this lotus flower in your hand. All of its beautiful petals. And take a breath in. And exhale. Come up with a loving intention. It can be for yourself, for others. It can walk on 2 legs. It can walk on 4 legs. It can even fly. So take a breath in. And exhale. And one more time, take a breath in. And exhale. Now go ahead and open your eyes. And take your hands out of that mudra and just shake them out. So today we're going to start with some back bends and end doing pigeon. So let's go ahead and come into reverse tabletop. Place your hands behind you. I've showed you a lot of reverse tabletops. Let's go ahead and start, if you have blocks, by putting your hands on your blocks, and they're about less than shoulder width apart. Pull your abdominals in and push your hips up. And here's your reverse tabletop. So take a breath in and exhale. You can drop your head if you're comfortable with it in your neck. Squeeze your glutes. Breathe in again. Exhale. And one more time, take a breath in. Squeeze those glutes. And exhale. This is opening up your chest, but it's also getting your backside ready for some of the poses. Go ahead and have a seat. Back down. Move your blocks. Cross your legs. And let's come into our child's pose. Feet together, knees apart. Hands can reach out. And since this is a heart opening sequence, you can even use your blocks by placing your hands on top of your blocks and lowering your chest. And if that is not comfortable, just bring your hands to the floor, or even in like a V position if that's better. I'm going to go ahead and do the full heart opening. All right, so take a breath in and exhale. And breathe in again. Exhale. And one more time, take a breath in. And exhale. And since the heart does include the sides of the body, go ahead and walk your hands over to your left side. You can place your left hand on your right, opening up the right side of your ribs. And take a breath in and exhale. And breathe in again. Exhale. And one more time, a long breath in and a long breath out. Walk your hands back to the center with your child's pose and walk them all the way over to the right, getting a stretch in your left side of your body. Now, Anahata, the heart chakra, the fourth chakra, is all about the hands, the arms, the ribs, and the upper back, as well as the chest. So take a breath in and exhale. And breathe in again. Exhale. And one more time, take a breath in and exhale. Let's go ahead and walk our hands back out in front. Take one more breath in that child's pose. Bring your hands to the floor. Come up into your cat-cow. So now we're just in regular tabletop. Take a breath in, bring your eyes up and your tail up, stomach down. Exhale, come into your cat. Breathe in, cow. Exhale, cat. And breathe in, cow. Exhale, cat. Let's get our hands into this a little bit. You can take your hands and fingers out to the side and rock back and forth in your tabletop. If you have the flexibility, you can take your fingers towards your knees and rock back and forth, opening up your wrists, warming up your arms and your wrists and your hands. And then if you'd like, you can walk forward with your hands and back with your hands. Pull your abdominals in just to keep some integrity into your core. So right hand forward, right hand back, left hand back. And now if you've had enough of that, go ahead and bring your back of your right hand on the floor and then just open and close. Opening and closing that hand, and then shake out that right hand and place your fingertips on the mat. Take your left hand, open and close, shake out your left hand and place your fingertips on your mat. So one more cat and cow in this position. Head comes up for cow, stretch out that back, and exhale for cat. Notice you get a different stretch. And one more time. And exhale. From here, let's push up into our downward facing dog. And from our dogs, let's just go ahead and pedal them out. Pull your abdominals in. And just like we warmed up the arms, let's go ahead and warm up our legs a little bit and our feet. And roll to your tippy toes a little bit. Just kind of like a movement of your legs. Consider yourself maybe like a Latin dancer. Push your heels down, pull your abdominals in. And just come now just to your downward facing dog. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, come up on your left toes. Bring your right leg up into the air, knee to chest, and set your foot in between your hands. Now, this would be a good time to grab blocks if you want to extend your arms, and there's nothing wrong with that. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, go ahead and straighten that right leg. Breathe in, bend that right leg. Exhale and straighten. Breathe in, bend. Exhale, straighten. Come back into that lunge. Place your hands back down onto the floor, or keep them on the block if you'd like. Come back down to that downward facing dog. Pedal your legs out again. take a breath in, come up on your tippy toes. As you exhale, bring that left leg up into the air, squeeze those glutes. Bring that left knee forward and step it through so you're in that lunge. And we're going to do that sequence one more time. You are welcome, of course, to grab the blocks just to make your arms a little bit longer. Take a breath in. Exhale, straighten that left leg. Breathe in, bend. Exhale, straighten. I'm going to show you what that looks like without blocks. Breathe in, bend. Exhale, straighten. And breathe in, bend. And one more time. Straighten. Breathe in, bend. Place your hands back on the floor. Come back into that downward facing dog. Press those heels down. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, I want you to slowly as you can walk up to the top of the mat. Pulling your abdominals in. Knees are going to be slightly bent. Take your hands behind your back and clasp them. And try to get the heels of your hands together. You can bend your arms slightly. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, bend your knees, open your chest. And we'll do that a couple more times. Breathe in. Exhale, bring your arms up, forward fold. Breathe in. Modified chair with the hands behind your back. Exhale, forward fold. And one more time, come up into a modified chair with hands behind your back. Exhale, fold. Bring your arms over the top. Bring your hands down to the floor. Put your hands in the elbow sinks, so you're just hanging forward. So each hand is in each elbow. And shake your head yes. Shake your head no. And shrug your shoulders, because you may not have all the answers. And that's okay. Yoga helps us focus on what is important. And sometimes it's important to know that we just don't always have all the answers. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, I want you to roll up just as slowly as possible. You can bend your knees one vertebrae at a time. And roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Pull your abdominals in, tailbone down to the floor. Feet are about hip distance apart. Bring your hands back into the mudra for the lotus. Bring that in front of your chest and focus back on your uplifted intention of love, caring, acceptance. And focus on that lotus flower. And focus on something that you care about. Focus on your heart. And build whoever you're dedicating or whatever you're dedicating this practice to a little throne in your heart. Something that they would like, whatever it is, so that they can take this practice with you in spirit. So focus on that now. Breathe in and exhale and take your hands down. Hands come up into prayer. Bring your arms up into the air. Forward fold. Step back with your left foot. Drop that side of your foot down and come up into your warrior one. Now, warrior one, you can leave your hands at your hips. Squeeze a little bit of integrity into your glutes and a little bit into your abdominals, or you can bring your arms up. And take a breath in and exhale. Breathe in again. Exhale, try to drop those shoulders. And one more time, take a breath in. Exhale, take your hands behind your back and clasp them. Press the heels of your hands together as much as you can. If that doesn't work, you can always just hold the fingers loose or even use a strap. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, I want you to come into a humble warrior. Let your head fall and bring your clasped hands up in the air. So take a breath in. You're opening your chest here. And exhale. And breathe in again. Exhale. And one more time. Take a breath in. Exhale and come back up into this modified warrior one. Bring your hands down, shake them out, straighten that right knee and rebend. Bring your hands down to the floor, come up on your toes, and we're going to come into a runner's lunge. Take your foot slightly out, the right foot out to the side, bring your right hand inside, and I'm going to give you a couple of options here. Here's your runner's lunge. You can drop your left knee if you'd like, opening up more of psoas. You can come down to your elbows. You can place your elbows on your blocks. This will get you higher up. Whichever you choose, if you would like to get more strength in the glutes and the back of the leg, I want you to go ahead and lift your knee. And take a breath in. And exhale. Breathe in again. Exhale, and one more time, take a breath in. Exhale, and I want you to bring that right leg back in. And bring your left foot a leg back, downward facing dog. Go ahead and pedal that dog back out. And let's go ahead and do one chaturanga. So come into plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. And hold. Take a long breath in and a long breath out. And now let's walk up to the top of the mat with a nice long forward fold and roll up, bringing your hands up and hands back into that lotus in front of your heart. Bring your arms back up, hands down onto the floor. Take your right leg back. So you're going to see my back from this side into warrior one. So pull your abdominals in, anchor that right foot down. Hands can be down at your waist. They can also be up in the air. You can also clasp them into prayer position. Completely up to you. I'm just going to show you the clasp here. So take a breath in and exhale. Drop your shoulders, breathe in again. Exhale, squeeze that right glute. And one more time, take a breath in. And exhale, go ahead and bring your arms down. Now clasp your hands behind your back. Try to do the other pinky toe finger on top. You can clasp that. You can also hold your elbows if that's more of your style. So take a breath in. And as you exhale, come into your humble warrior. Take a breath in. And if you would like, you can bring that fisted hands up. Anchoring that right foot, take a breath in. Let your head relax. And exhale. Breathe in again. And exhale. And one more time, take a breath in. Exhale. Now push through that left foot and come up into a warrior one with your hands clasped. Bring your arms back up into the air. Hands are going to come down. And you're going to come into this runner stance. So now we're in a lunge. Option again to drop that right knee. Grab blocks if you choose to. Take that left leg out to the side and bring your left hand and arm inside. And you can be in this lovely runner stretch here. So this is a really nice, easy runner stretch with the blocks. And that helps open up psoas. Option to come down on your elbows without the blocks. Option also to lift that right leg. So right knee, excuse me. Squeezing that right glute. So take a breath in. and exhale. And breathe in again and exhale. And one more time. Take a breath in. Exhale. Push your blocks away. Bring your hands into the floor. Take your left hand to the outside of your left foot and hold. Now step back into your downward facing dog and pedal that out. And breathe. Take a long breath in and a long, slow breath out. Now from downward facing dog, let's go into a plank pose. Hold. And if you would like, you can drop your knees. If you're feeling like you can come down without dropping your knees, go ahead and do that. So take a breath in. As you exhale, come all the way down to the mat. Let's do one set of cobra. Take your hands, place them just underneath your shoulders. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, press up. Now, put as little pressure with using your hands as possible. You strengthen your back as much as you can. So take a breath in and exhale. And breathe in again. Exhale, and one more time, take a breath in. And as you exhale, go ahead and drop your head down and turn your head to your right. So your left ear is going to be on the floor, and give that a moment. So take a breath in and exhale. And one more time, take a breath in and exhale. Let's get into Shalabhasana. You're going to clasp your hands behind your back, or you can grab your elbows if you'd like. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, come up with your shoulders. And now squeeze your feet together and knees together and bring your legs up. And take a breath in. And exhale, squeeze those legs together. Breathe in again. Exhale, and one more time, take a breath in. Exhale, go ahead and drop your left ear down and drop your hands. And take a long breath in and a long breath out. One more long breath in and a long breath out. Now we're going to do 2 rounds of bow pose from here. So go ahead and bring your feet close to you. And if you have a strap and your legs aren't long enough, you're welcome to put the strap around your feet, right at your ankles, which will just give you longer arms. So I'm just going to flex my feet and hold my ankles. You can hold your feet if you'd like. But for this practice today, we're going to flex our feet, hold our ankles, take a breath in, and as you exhale, I want you to kick towards the back of your mat. So take a breath in and exhale. Now, if you'd like, if you've kicked enough with your hands, kick up a little bit. And exhale. Breathe in again, opening up your chest. Exhale, and one more time, take a breath in. And as you exhale, drop your chest down. Relax your feet. Turn your head to the left. To the right. Left ear down. Or whichever way you turned is great. So take a breath in. And exhale. And breathe in again. And exhale. And let's do that one more time with this bow pose. So go ahead and bring your feet back. And if you want to grab your feet instead of your ankles, that's going to be more of a lifting up, where when you grab the ankles, you're actually kicking towards the back side of the mat. This way, you're actually going to be kicking up. So I'm just going to grab my feet to show you what that looks like. Roll your shoulders up, back and down. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, kick up. And you can even use your triceps to help you with that. So take a breath in. And exhale, eyes can go up. Don't strain your neck. Breathe in again. Exhale, and one more time. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, come out of that bow very carefully. forehead down. Relax your legs, relax your hands, and turn your right ear to the mat so you're looking left, or the opposite direction you went before. So take a breath in and exhale. And breathe in again and exhale. And from here, bring your hands into the floor, push back into tabletop, and all the way into your child's pose. Let's go ahead and wide leg child pose, toes together, arms out. Take your hands, if you'd like, and put them into a prayer at the base of your skull. So you're just opening up your shoulders just a little bit more. If this isn't comfortable, leave them down beside you. Take a breath in and exhale. And one more time, take a breath in. As you exhale, push your hands into the floor. Push up into downward facing dog. And let's go ahead and do pigeon. So come up on your left toes, bring that right leg up into the air, pull your abdominals in, knee to chest, and come into your pigeon, your figure four, and you're welcome to lay on your back for this figure four as well. So you can bring your feet as parallel to the top of the mat as possible. That's not going to happen for everybody. It definitely doesn't happen for me. You can also take the blanket and put that underneath your hip if you feel like that's going to give you a little more stability. You can do that with the block as well. And take a breath in, and as you exhale, I'm going to give you the option of coming forward or bending that left leg and reaching for the left leg and just doing a heart opener. And take a breath in and exhale. You can kick with that left foot if you want. Breathe in again. Exhale, and one more time, take a breath in and exhale. And if you were already in pigeon, go ahead and stay there. For everybody else, go ahead and relax that left leg and come into that full pigeon. Put your head on your forehead if you'd like. And take a long breath in. Long, slow breath out. One more time in. And one more time out. Bring your hands to the floor. Come up. If you're using a blanket or a block, move that out of the way. And step back into your downward facing dog. Pedal that out. Let's do that on the other side. Come up onto your tippy toes in your downward facing dog. Bring that left leg up into the air and come into your pigeon. Bring your knee towards your chest. And then your knee's going to go slightly out. And try to parallel your foot a little bit. If it really parallels all the way to the top of the mat, make sure you flex that left foot. Mine does not do that because I run, so there you go. You can take a block if you'd like and place that underneath the hip on this left side, or a blanket. And I'm going to give you the option here of going down into your pigeon or placing your left hand on the floor, bending that right knee, and you can do this with a strap, grabbing that left foot. And I'm actually going to show you how that looks. Right foot. I'm going to show you how that looks when you turn your fingers around. And take a breath in. And exhale. And breathe in again. Exhale, and one more time, take a breath in. Exhale. So if you're doing this, opening up the hip flexor with your pigeon, go ahead and release that right leg carefully and walk yourself forward into that pigeon. And if you're already in a lying down pigeon, just take a nice breath in and exhale. And breathe in again. Exhale. And one more time, take a nice breath in. Exhale, walk yourself up in your pigeon. And if you have a block or a blanket underneath your left hip, go ahead and move that. Let's go ahead and come back into our downward facing dog. And walk to the center of the mat with a nice forward fold. Take your feet all the way out to the side so your toes are hanging off. Pull your abdominals in and let's come into Malasana, which is a wide-legged yogi squat. Now, you're welcome, if your heels come up, to use the blanket for your heels. And here you can be in a really, really comfortable Malasana. So we always have options. So my heels are on the mat, on the blanket here, getting a really nice stretch for my back, but not struggling, because yoga is about finding ways to get into positions that might be uncomfortable without the struggle, because pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. And take a breath in and exhale. And breathe in again. Exhale. So from this Malasana, you can sit down very carefully onto your mat. I'm going to turn towards you. If you have a blanket, fold up the blanket so that you can sit up on the top of it. You can use 2 blankets or even double fold the blanket. And let's go ahead and start with your left leg in and your right leg out in front of you. Pull your abdominals in, pull your toes towards your nose, and this is Jani Shavasana. Come forward into that one-legged forward fold. And for this yoga, you're actually looking at your toes. And take a long breath in and a long, slow breath out. One more long breath in and long, slow breath out. You can bring your forehead towards your knee if you'd like, and then just push yourself up into that seated position. Take that right leg out to the side now, and you're still in that seated position. And you don't have to sit up on a blanket. I'm just showing you how that would look. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, I want you to place your hand on your right leg, and then just come over the top and get a really nice stretch on this left side. So take a breath in and exhale. You can grab your toe if you want, or just place your hand on your leg. Breathe in again. Exhale, and one more time, looking underneath that left arm. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, come up. And now let's do all of that on the other side. So bring that right leg in, left leg out in front of you. You're on just the edge of this blanket. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, come forward in Jani Shavasana. One-legged forward fold. Looking eyes towards your toes. And however far you get is how far you get. So don't worry about how flexible you are. Your different flexibility on different legs. Different sides of the body have different flexibility. So take a breath in and exhale. And breathe in again. Exhale, and one more time on this last one. If you want to drop your forehead towards your knee, go ahead. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, push yourself up. And let's take that left leg out. Pull the left toes towards your nose. Pull your abdominals in. Take your left hand, place it on your ankle or on your shin. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, bring that right arm up and fold it towards your toes. Now, are you going to touch your toes? Yes, some of you will. And some of you won't. But you want to open as much as you can. So take a breath in and exhale. Nice stretch in this right side. Breathe in again. Exhale, and one more time. Take a breath in And as you exhale, carefully come out of this wide-legged side fold. Now from here, leave your left leg out and take your right leg out. And now you're in a wide-legged forward fold. Options to take our blocks. Options to sit on the blanket like I'm doing right now. So take a breath in, and as you exhale, just come forward. Just getting a nice stretch in those inner thighs, pulling those abdominals in. Pull your toes towards you. And take a breath in and exhale. Now, if you want to use the blocks, go ahead. If you want to just walk your hands out with your hands on the blocks and come forward, you're welcome to do that, letting your head fall. Or you can just keep your blocks underneath your shoulders and put your elbows on them. And we could have a conversation about life. So keep your thoughts on your intention on Anahata, the heart chakra, unstruck. So however you're doing this forward fold, take a long breath in and a long, slow breath out. And one more time, a long breath in and a long, slow breath out. Now, however you choose to come out of this, very carefully, I'm going to place my hands on my blocks and I'm going to come up to a seated position, move my blocks out of the way, and then take my hands on the outside of my legs and bring them in. Bring my feet in and hug my knees. And close your eyes, come back to your uplifted intention. Now we're going to do one more pose before we do Shavasana. So if you're using the bolster or a blanket, go ahead and move that to the side. Let's go ahead and lay down on our back. And let's come into a bridge pose. And you're also welcome to use the block as an assisted bridge pose. So take a breath in. And as you exhale, squeeze your glutes up into the air. Place your hands underneath your back. Roll your shoulders underneath. And take a breath in. And exhale. Like I said, the option, if you want to just place a block under your glutes, if you've had enough today, that's fine. Take a breath in. Exhale. And one more time, take a breath in. As you exhale, go ahead and bring your hips down. Bring your knees into your chest and just rock one direction and the other direction. And one direction and the other direction. Prepare for Shavasana. You can use a blanket under your head. You can use a blanket to keep you warm. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, bring your feet down to the floor. One option is feet out to the side, knees are in, and hand over the heart, hand over the abdominals in constructive rest for your Shavasana. You can take your right leg out to the side of your mat, left leg out to the side of your mat. Hands open, taking up some space. This can be your Shavasana. And if you feel like you haven't had enough heart opening, you can always place blocks underneath your back. And head. And this can be your Shavasana. So I'm going to leave that up to you. I'm going to stay in this one here. So focus on your intention. You built a throne for your intention. Focus on that. Send it some love. Send yourself some love. Extend that through your fingers, through your arms. And breathe. Take a long breath in. Long, slow breath out. And I invite you to stay in this Shavasana as long as you can. 10-minute Shavasanas are amazing. But if you have places to go, things to do, I'm going to walk you out of this. So if you're on a block, and if you want to stay in Shavasana, please do, and stay as long as you'd like. I'm going to move my blocks out of the way. I'm going to wiggle my fingers and my toes, bring your arms over my head and give myself a nice stretch. So give yourself a nice stretch, unless you're staying in Shavasana, and roll to one side in like a curled up position. Doesn't matter which side you're on. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, push yourself up into that seated position. Now, I was sitting on a block before, and I'll show you what this looks like to just sit up on your bolster. So whether you sit up on blocks or if you sit on a blanket, which is a really nice thing to do, cross your feet. Try to do the opposite direction that you normally do. Bring your hands into that lotus mudra. So pinky fingers, thumb fingers together. Extend your fingers out and place them right at your chest. Envision that lotus flower. Envision your intention that you built a throne for, of love and caring. And close your eyes and see that lotus flower and that intention. Now maybe this person that you love, that you're dedicating, or you can have 2 legs or 4 legs that you're dedicating this practice to. Maybe you couldn't do anything for them at one time, but you can do this for them. You can send them this energy. So take a long breath in and a long breath out, sending them whatever beautiful energy that you have. We're going to end this practice with Yam. Y-A-M. Take a breath in. Yam. 2 more times. Yam. Yam. If your hands are in this lotus mudra, go ahead and shake them out. Bring your hands into prayer. Thumbs at your forehead to remind you of your blessings and to have loving thoughts. Hands to your mouth to remind you to say loving words and consider it. Hands to your heart to remind you that you are truly loved, you are truly blessed. Namaste. Thank you so much for attending this class, and if you have any comments, please send them to me and I will try to answer them. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.